guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video, more than usual. I'm going to be doing part 2 of my Sephora Collection Pro Brush collection and recommendations and review. So today I'm going to be doing eye brushes, and if you haven't seen part 1, that was all the face brushes that I have from Sephora Collection, the Pro line of brushes. So I'll link that below for any of you who haven't seen it. For any of you guys who have already watched part 1, this might be just a little bit repetitive, but I am going to go ahead and talk about the features of the Sephora Collection Pro brushes. So the ferrule, which is the metal part that connects the bristles to the handle or the wand of the brush, it is made with chrome, so therefore it should never rust or never yellow or turn a different color. And then also it has etched the Sephora logo, which is the flame. Also it has etched in it the number of the brush, so that should never wash off. Or you know how in some brushes, MAC brushes in particular, the number and the writing on the brush, so you know what brush it is, over time and wear, it will get taken off or be removed and you don't know what brush it is, which is kind of hard if you're doing YouTube videos and you want to tell people about it. So I love that feature about it. And then the beautiful tapered wand of the brush is dipped by hand 9 times in black lacquer, so it's very shiny. It's a very beautiful brush. So the first brush that I have here actually is the Pro Blending number 27. This is a natural bristle hair brush. I'll show it to you over there so I can zoom in on it. This is most reminiscent to me of the MAC 217 brush, which is very popular. Also the Sigma E25 brush. Both of those brushes, the E25 by Sigma and then the MAC 217, those are white haired. Let me go ahead and show you. I grabbed the Sigma brush. So the Sigma brush is the E25 and it is the white bristled one. And these are very, very similar. Let me turn them on their side so you can see their side profile. You can see that they're pinched. The metal part is pinched about the same depth, but the Sephora one has ballooned a little bit more, so the bristles are just out a little bit more. But the cut of these brushes are very, very similar. And then from the front view, they're just basically the same. They really are the same. This brush is good for both laying down pigment, whether you're just doing a wash of color all over the entire eye, or if you're laying color in the crease and then blending back and forth. It's great because it will go ahead and deliver pigment, but it will also help blend it at the same time. So I love brushes like this for crease work because you can see, you can dip the product in the eyeshadow, and then this is the eye here, and you just, it will lay down color and blend it all at the same time. It's hard to show. But as far as this particular brush, the Sephora Pro Blending number 27, it is not my favorite, and I definitely recommend the MAC 217 over it. There's nothing wrong with this one, it's just not my favorite, and I do find that I reach for the MAC 217 a lot more, or even the Sigma E25 I reach for a lot more than this one. So those are my thoughts on that brush. Now this next brush is a whole different story because this is one of my holy grail brushes. I absolutely love it. It is the Pro Tapered Crease number 19, and as you can see, it is just a teardrop tapered brush. So like that other one I showed you is great for laying down pigment and then blending at the same time, this is even going to be a better application for doing just that, to lay down pigment with the tip of the brush, and then when you add a little bit more pressure to it, you lay it down and then add a little bit more pressure, and then the bristles will kind of flay out, and so they will help blend it all at the same time. This is my lazy day brush. Literally when I'm just doing a wash of color on the lid, like a champagne beige color, and then a little bit of color in the crease for definition, and mascara, this is the brush that I reach for, because you pick up that product and you go back and forth, and then it's all blended and you really don't have to reach for any other brush. I highly, highly recommend this one. I guarantee if you try it, you will not be disappointed. Another blending brush, this one is the Pro Crease number 10. It is a natural bristle brush, as all the other ones. Most of the eye brushes that I'm going to show you, most of them are natural bristles, which are just fantastic for eyeshadows, especially powder eyeshadows. So this is just it's a really standard blending brush This one is going to be similar to the MAC 224 or the Sigma E40. I find that this one's a little bit smaller. Let me grab those brushes to compare for you guys. I couldn't find my Sigma E40 brush. I don't know where it is. I can't find it right now. But that one, I've had it for the longest out of all of them, and it's probably getting close to being retired because it does shed quite a bit. So, which I found that unfortunately the Sigma brushes are great quality, they're good quality and they're great price points, but they just don't hold up as long as my MAC brushes have. And I've had some of my MAC brushes for as long as longer than I've had my Sigma brushes, and there is a difference in the longevity of it, in my opinion. I'm not saying that Sigma is not, I am an affiliate of Sigma and I do recommend their brushes and their products for the most part. It's just, you really do get what you pay for, and I'll just leave it at that. So the black bristled brush right there is the MAC 224, which is my all-time favorite for just blending all over. I use it in just about every tutorial or in every getting ready with me video just for blending. And I love everything about it. It just, light, medium pressure, small circular motions all around will just give you a super blown out look. And I just like the MAC 224 better than this one here by Sephora, the Crease 10 brush. I don't know if it's with the bristles. I mean, they seem about the same. It looks almost exactly the same minus the color variation, but I would definitely recommend the MAC one, the 224, over the Sephora one, and I believe the MAC and the Sephora Pro brushes are going to be a similar price point. So that's my thought on that brush right there. It's a good blending brush, but definitely I would say the MAC one over that one for sure. The next brush I have is a eyeshadow brush, and this is the Pro Angled Shadow number 13. So as you can see, it is natural bristles. So hard to say, and it does have that little angle, and I really like this brush. I think it's really great, and I particularly love any shaped brush that's a shape like this, that's an angled eyeshadow brush, because I love just dipping it into that highlighting inner corner highlight, and then it lays right down in that pocket of the tear duct in the inner corner of the eye so perfectly. And if you guys watch my tutorials or get ready with me videos, I usually have a angled brush like this. Every time I do that, I just set it right there and then I blend it up, and it just fits so perfect and does such a great job for that inner corner and brow bone highlight. And I think that you can find a similar brush like this on the cheap over this Sephora one. I do love the Sephora one. It's held up really great. I do recommend it, but at the same time, I think you can find a very similar shaped brush that will do the same job at a lower price point. Next, I have 3 different eyeshadow brushes. I'm going to show you them side by side and then talk about them individually, but I just wanted to show you the size comparison because I think that's important. So the smallest one right here is the Small Shadow 15, and then we have the Shadow number 14, and then the large, or excuse me, all over shadow number 12. So they're all the same shape, just a regular kind of a standard shadow brush shape, and then I'll turn them on this side so you can see the profile. They're just different sizes, so I will go ahead and talk about the small one first and then move on. So again, this one was the Pro Small Shadow number 15, and I really like this for, especially for popping a brighter color, like right, lining it up with the iris, the colored part of your eye, and just putting a really lighter, brighter, shiny, shimmery color right there. I just find that that really pops the eyes and just makes them look super wide and awake. I like it for that. Now, at the same time, while I love this one, I definitely think that you can find a similar one, a similar shadow brush that is the same size for a lot more affordable price. You know, I believe Sonia Kashuk has one that is super similar in size. Of course, I don't have access to that Sonia Kashuk one like right in front of me, but I do have it. And then I was also going to tell you guys at the end of the video, let me know, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to see it, a brush video of my most affordable brushes and kind of a starter kit that is more cost efficient for any of you who are just starting or want just more affordable options. So let me know. I'll for sure do that. I'm pretty sure you guys want to see that because it's been requested before. So just let me know. But this one, it is great for that kind of work. It is also good. You can pick it up pick up product and just kind of smoke out the lower lash line, which I usually like a pencil brush, a pencil shaped brush for that, which I will show you. So this number 15 brush, the small eyeshadow or small shadow brush, is great. It is medium fluffy. It's not super fluffy, but it's not super stiff or dense. So I do like it. If you have the money and you want to invest in one, go for it. But also, like I've said, with a few of these other eye brushes, I think you can find a super similar brush at a more affordable price. And then the middle sized brush, this one is going to be the Pro Shadow number 14. And this is just a really general sized brush, and it is a very general brush at that too. So while I love it, and as far as the fluffiness goes, it is medium. It's not super stiff like a MAC, what is that, the 242 brush, which I love the 242, or any more stiff eyeshadow brush that has a similar eyeshadow brush shape. I love that for packing on color on the eyelid area and really building up the pigment and the intensity of it. So as far as the Sephora one that we're talking about here, it is going to be a little bit just medium, so it's not going to give you as much of pigment, but it is nice to just put on an eyeshadow color all over the lid and just like make that little mushroom shape and blend it out. Again, with this brush, the Pro Shadow number 14, I do like it, but you can find something very similar at a lower price point. And then the last one, or the last eyeshadow brush, this is the Pro All Over Shadow number 12. I really love this one. I love brushes like this that are large and in charge, and you can basically just take a matte skin tone color eyeshadow, and I usually start every eye look with that matte eyeshadow color. Yeah, matte eyeshadow that's similar to my skin tone, and I just take it all over the eye area from the lid all the way up to the brow bone to set my eye primer. If I'm using like a MAC paint pot or something like that, I just always set it, because then the other colors that you lay down after that will just blend so much easier. I really love this brush, and I think a brush like this is a great one to have in your collection. Now, a couple similar brushes that you could do is you could do this one by Sonia Kashuk. I believe this is $6, $7, $8. And this one is the number 203 brush. And as you can see, I'll try to get that steady so I can do a close up here. It is a little bit shorter and a little bit, doesn't have as much fluffiness or as much, what's the word, bend to it compared to the Sephora one. And then on the side, it's pretty much the same thickness on the side, but of course that Sephora one is a little bit taller and a little bit more fluffy. But essentially you don't need this one. You can definitely get the same effect if you're going to use it as an all over wash of eyeshadow, which is what I use this one for. Again, you can use a different one that's more affordable. That was Sonia Kashuk number 203. Next, I have a holy grail brush of mine, and I definitely recommend this one. I absolutely love it, and I don't feel like there's a lot of other brushes that do the job as amazing as this one, and I have two of them. I probably even have three, but I just have two to show you right now. I don't need to show you both because it's the same thing. It's the Pro Cream Shadow Brush number 28. Absolutely love this guy. You can see this is going to be a synthetic bristle brush, so it is great for those cream products. Synthetic bristles will not eat up the product, whereas a natural bristle brush, any of the ones that I've just showed you guys, like all of these, if you compare a natural bristle brush to your natural hair, when you put a cream or liquid product in your natural hair, it will kind of steal it and eat that product up. So natural bristles are going to be better for powder products because it will just pick it up and transport it. It won't steal it or eat it. So synthetic bristles are great for cream or liquid products. It's why a lot of foundation brushes are going to be more synthetic bristles, because usually foundation, for the most part, is cream or liquid. So I love this shadow brush, this cream eyeshadow brush I should say, and it's just a little paddle brush, and then he is a little bit wider on the side like that, and I just love this for any paint pot or any cream eyeshadow that I want all over. He's small enough to fit in my lid area, so if I want to just put down a more colorful non-skin tone like paint pot, I can just dip it in there and put it on my lid and make that little mushroom shape, and it just is perfect. absolutely love him and recommend him for sure. So the Pro Cream Shadow number 28. Love. Alright, so this next brush is a hands down must have, and I have 3 of them even right here in front of me. I'm pretty sure I have, I think 5 altogether. That's how much I love it. It is the Precision Smudge number 29 brush. It's a pencil brush, which I love, and I use every time I wear eyeshadow. I use a pencil brush to smoke out the lower lash line with a MAC soft brown color, any more matte shade that is a couple shades darker than my skin tone. Anything that I use in the crease, I will tie my eye look up. I'll tie it up by just taking that color on a brush like that and placing it under the lash line. My camera just cut off, so I'm pretty sure I was talking about how amazing this number 29 Precision Smudge brush is for just any color under the lash line. Smoking it out, it basically is tapered, so it has that point tip to it, but also will blend that color at the same time. If you guys see a trend, or yeah, a trend with my brushes that are my favorites, are the ones that make it so easy to apply your makeup, not only for myself, but for anybody who's newer to makeup, or you know, you don't have your blending skills down or anything like that, or for the majority of people in real life, people who are in a hurry, who just want no fuss default products that you know you're gonna use them, they're gonna work for you, and you don't have to put much thought or effort into it at all. This is the brush for you. This one, and then the 19 brush. Where are you? The number 19, or nope. Where are you? Yes, the tapered crease number 19. If you get 2 from this video, please get these, and then the cream eyeshadow brush number 28. Please get these 3, but these 2 essentially are gonna be, I mean, you just need them. So this is just perfection for, again, smoking out that lower lash line. But I'm sure I don't personally use it for this because I don't personally do this a lot, just because of my eye shape and my particular look that I like the most on me. Is that I'm sure you could use it in the crease for more of a cut crease or more precise crease work. This would work great as well. So love that. Just can't even deal with it. The next one is kind of a, got hair all over me, a pencil type brush, but it is called the Smoky Liner number 24, and this is synthetic bristles. So I use this for the same technique of smoking out the lower lash line as I told you about the last brush I showed you. This one is synthetic, so what you can do, and what this is actually made for, which it doesn't matter what it's made for, you can use it for whatever you want to, but a cream, if you have like a cream or gel eyeliner and you just want to kind of smudge it and smoke it up a little bit, this is great for that because it is synthetic, so it won't steal the product, it will just move it around for you. So I do like this one, and it's very unique. I don't know of any other brush that's similar to this one that is shaped like it with synthetic bristles. It's a very pointy point. So it is good, again, for smudging out liner, a kohl pencil or gel eyeliner or anything like that that you want to kind of smudge out, or it's great for smudging out under the eye area. We are almost done. I just have a few more. The next one is a synthetic bristle brush, and it is the Pro Angled Liner number 22. It's just a more stiff angled brush that is good for applying gel eyeliner or cream eyeliner or smudging anything out, or if you want to get a real precise application of any powder eyeshadow, if you want to use it as a liner. This one is dense, so it will pack it on pretty nicely. Now I like this one, but I don't reach for it that often, to be honest with you, just because I love this one by MAC. This is the MAC 266. And I'll put them side by side. It just has a little bit more of a more apparent slant to it, and I don't know why, but I love the MAC 266 and I just reach for it a lot more. This next one is the Pro Flat Liner number 25. I don't like this one at all. I never reach for it. When I do reach for it, I actually use it for concealer, but I just don't ever reach for it because it is super long and flat, and as you can see how it wobbles around. I just don't find that it does a good job of, you know, putting on liner. When I use a brush like this and I'm going in with liner, I want it to be pretty precise and pretty close to where, you know, my lash line, and this just, I just find that it kind of wobbles around too much and the bristles are just too long on it. So I definitely don't reach for this one a lot. I definitely don't think it's a must-have by any means. And then I have another one here. This is an angled brow brush. It's the Pro Brow number 20. I don't reach for this one either. This one is very similar to that synthetic eyeliner brush. It's actually pretty much the same size and the same everything, except this is natural bristles, so it's good for powder products. But again, I just reached for the MAC, and I think that the prices on both of these are going to be pretty similar. MAC might be a few dollars more, but the MAC 266 definitely takes place of those last 3 brushes that I showed you. And then I just have this guy here. This is the Pro Brow Comb number 21. Now it has these metal teeth on one side and then just a toothbrush type material on the other one. So I got this to use, and I have used it a few times, to comb out clumpy mascara. While it's still wet, you can really get in there and, you know, get your clumps out with that metal comb with the metal teeth. But I'm telling you, it's kind of dangerous because those are metal teeth up by your eye area. I'd say try to avoid having to use something like this at all if you can. And I mean, this other side, the toothbrush side, suppose you could comb out your eyebrows with it, but most, like the Anastasia Brow Wiz and most brow pencils that I have, or a double-sided brow brush, will have a spoolie on there that does a great job of that anyway. So definitely don't think this is a must-have at all. But if you're looking for something like this, if you have a need for it, then it is one that is available. So again, that was the Pro Brow Comb number 21. Alright, so those are my eye brushes from Sephora collection, the Pro line of brushes. And I should also add that that's not all the brushes they have at Sephora. They do have some sets, or brush sets, brush rolls, more value sets, and they do have the, I think it's called the classic line of other brushes by Sephora that are going to be a little bit more affordable, but these are my favorite, and I think it's the best to buy individual brushes when we're talking about Sephora. I've noticed with the brushes, the brush sets, the brushes that come in the brush sets at Sephora in general, they're just not the greatest quality. You definitely pay for what you get, so just keep that in mind. But at the same time, I totally understand if you're just starting out and you want to get a brush set. They have really great valuable ones with really good value of a pack of brushes or a set of brushes that come pre-done together. Just my thoughts, as every video that I put out, just my opinions and my thoughts and my recommendations. Again, you guys, let me know if you want me to do a more affordable brush, like starter kit type video. I definitely have some brushes. I've been trying to find some really great ones that are affordable, because you know I'm super picky with my recommendations, so they're going to be amazing. It's going to take me a little bit to find a complete set, but I would be so excited to do that video. I probably will anyway. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll link the part 1, the face brushes, below if you haven't seen it. And thanks guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!